In part 2 of our look at Hungry Felixstowe, it's time to meet the Salvation Army. Here's Community Centre Manager Barbara Mellor.
When we talk about our food bank here at the Salvation Army, many people are quite shocked to find out that there are people in Felixstowe who find themselves in need and need to come to us for food. Felixstowe is a prosperous town. There's no two ways about it. We have the docks. We have, the unemployment isn't as high as it is in other places, especially seaside towns. But there are quite a few single parents in Felixstowe, and they struggle. There are lots of young people who find themselves living in supported housing. The job situation, it's the same as everywhere else. People are struggling to find jobs, so whereas the jobs are there, but there are 3 or 4 times as many people going for those positions. So, basically you have to be quite lucky to get a job, especially on the lower scale. People do find themselves, people are accessing the children's centres more and more, they're accessing CAB more and more, and we're finding that we have the knock-on effect is that they then come to us to ask for help. What we actually have here is our emergency food store. Basically, you're right, agencies can refer to us, and that is the bulk of our food that we give away, but we also do accept people for self-referrals. So if somebody walked in here and actually said, I just haven't any food for the week or for 2 or 3 days until my benefits come through, we will help them. So it's not just through referrals.
Anybody could come in and say, help, I'm hungry.
Yeah, but we're not here to judge. I mean, if somebody has come all this way to say, actually, I'm hungry, I have no food in the cupboard, or just I need some basics to see me through, then once or twice we're quite happy to help. Even with referrals, if somebody's been here 3 times, we then have to question why they keep coming back. What is the reason that they end up with no money or no food in the cupboard? We have a signposting service here, so we can then signpost people on for extra help. We'll signpost them to financial help or just to the CAB if they need more than just financial help. If they are coming in to us from a housing, supported housing, then we'll phone up the supported housing and say, do you know that this person has been in 2 or 3 times, they probably need some help. We work really well within the agencies. We are expecting an increase in referrals. Suffolk County Council are setting up a new scheme called, at the moment it's called the Local Welfare Assistance Programme, and vouchers are going to be issued. There are going to be gateway agencies, and hopefully these agencies are already working with the people who are in need. They will be issued vouchers, and they will bring the vouchers here and redeem food against the vouchers. This is going to be they're not going to be handed out just here, there and everywhere. Hopefully some work has been done with these people, first of all, to find out why they're in the situation they're in. And also there will be a cut-off again. People will be flagged if they've been referred 2 or 3 times, and hopefully the referring agency will then step in and do some work, or they will signpost them on to another agency who can help them with either financial or whatever problem they've found themselves in.
Now in this instance you say they're going to get vouchers.
Yep.
So does that mean effectively you will get a contribution towards the cost of what you're handing out?
Because the community care grant is now finishing, the money has then been divided around all the councils in the UK, and this is how Suffolk County Council have decided to go with the scheme. So we're not going to be given food donations. My understanding is that we will get a one-off grant, and however we decide to spend that, whether it's to increase our storage, to become part of a bigger food bank, we're not quite sure how that's going to go yet because it's all very early days, but we do hope to get a little bit of help to help us extend our food store. Most of our donations come from members of the Salvation Army, the church side. Every Monday morning I come in, and I'm very pleased to say that there's usually a nice pile of food waiting to be put away in the cupboard. That's about 90% of our donations. 10% comes from the general public. We have some very kind people who just will add a few items to their shopping list every week and bring it to us so we can add it to our food cupboard.